Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I am Caitlin for those of you who don't know, and this is where I teach you everything I know about sewing and we learn more together along the way. Today I'm sharing everything I made in December, and then at the end I'm going to talk about what I have planned for January and February since we're pretty much halfway through January now. Let's get into it. So the first thing I made was this dress for my daughter. This is the Little Lizard King Galena dress. It is it's basically a fit and flare. So the bodice is nice and fitted, and then there's a circle skirt on the bottom. I made this for us going to the ballet. We went to see the Nutcracker in Winnipeg just before Christmas, and this was perfect. My daughter was just like amazed and obsessed and loved spinning and twirling. She wasn't a fan of the sleeves. They are a large bishop sleeve and then they gather into this cuff, so she wasn't really a fan of that. She's like, oh, it's gonna get in my food, and you know, she was worried, but it looked so cute on her. The only downside, of course, is you can't have a sweater over it, but this is a nice thick ponte, so she really didn't need that. This thick ponte is from upcycle, I want to say I got it from, and it's in this beautiful burgundy color. And yeah, I really do like how it turned out. I think I made her the size 6 or 7, and I didn't make any adjustments to it. In fact, I think the length is even good. I just did a 1/4 inch hem. Everything else was good. It fit her really nice, and it will fit her for another year at least, so through this winter and next winter, and then possibly even a 3rd winter. So she wore it with some knee-high socks, and I bought her a cute little pair of shoes that she wore with, and yeah, she just loved this. She wore it a couple times at Christmas as well, so it was a perfect little dress for her. And then a project for myself that I've been trying to accomplish for quite a while was the seam work hawthorn in this striped fabric. So if you watched my closet wardrobe planning video, this was in there, and it just didn't, I just finally got to it now. So a couple things to mention. I think collared shirts just aren't for me. I actually haven't worn this yet. I had planned to wear it at Christmas or to some sort of Christmas event, and then it just didn't happen. I think I put it on at one time and I was like, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to try it again. It is a peplum style shirt, which I think is really cute, and it's button up, and then it has the collar, which again, I'm just not sure that collared shirts are really my thing, even though I seem to gravitate towards them. I don't know, I need to find a style that I really like and kind of stick to that. I was planning to do the 3/4 length sleeve, and I had cut it out and was working on the cuff, and then the placket just did not work. It just looked horrible, so I cut it off because we were in a rush, and I added a ruffle to it, and then I did like this split at the back. Instead of joining it, I kind of kept it split. There is back darts in this pattern as well as front waist darts, and I French seamed the whole thing, which probably, you know, added to the stress. The placket for the bodice is an additional placket piece, but then the skirt is a grown on placket. It's kind of strange. But yeah, I did French seams on everything. It has a facing, which doesn't get stitched down, so we'll see when I actually wear this how I feel about that. But this fabric was, I believe, from my grandma's stash, I believe. I'd have to look back, but I think that's where it's from. Oh, and there's these 2 darts in the back neck as well, just to kind of give some more shaping. And I just used some vintage basic buttons that I had. But yeah, there's that. I don't have footage for you guys because I haven't felt like doing that, so I made it. It's not really a win or a fail yet. It's kind of to be determined. And then the final thing I made was for my mom, and it was a going home sweater from Ellie and Mac, and it was supposed to be a Christmas gift, but the fabric didn't come in time, and I think I mentioned that in my last video or the video before, that it may not come in time, so it didn't. I sewed it up after and I gave that to her. The only thing is the sides, like where the hips come, they kind of flare out. It kind of flares out, which I find actually a lot on myself as well, so I guess we just don't have enough hips to fit the patterns. I don't know. I'm gonna probably take that in for her. But other than that, it turned out really well. The Minerva fabric, oh yes, it was my last video because it was about the Minerva fabric. So I was worried that there wasn't gonna be enough, and there wasn't, and I don't know why I thought there would be. So what I had to do was just omit the waistband. So it's not cropped, but it's also not very long on her. I did a 3/4 inch hem, and it sits really nicely. I think had I been able to do a waistband, she maybe would have liked it better. But then again, I don't know, because it's kind of a tighter waistband on that pattern. I also had some black wider ribbing that I could have done the cuffs, the neckband, and the waistband on, but I decided to just keep it all that one fabric, and I think it turned out really nice, and I think it looks nice on her. If she wears it, I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's all I made in December. It was kind of a slower month for sewing. January has also proven to be a slower month for sewing. I am just working through some other stuff right now, you know, at home, and planning to hopefully do a little bit more here coming up. The first thing that needs to get done is this fabric for my grandma. I'm making her a seamwork Milo cardigan. I think I mentioned that I would have mentioned that in the Minerva fabric haul as well. That's where I got that fabric from. That's also where I got the fabric for my mom's shirt from. And so that'll be kind of first up, and then I don't know if I'm gonna get anything done after that. I'm actually going for surgery here later in the month. So after my surgery, I don't expect to be sewing, not at the machines anyway. We'll see, maybe it'll be better than I'm thinking. Maybe I will be able to sit at the machine for, 10 minutes at a time or something like that, but we will see on that. It is a fairly extensive surgery and recovery, so yeah, we just don't know what it's gonna be like. I also want to make up that viscose for myself, so that's kind of top priority. I would like to make myself a nice blouse, and then probably actually more important than that is jeans. I still have not made myself a pair of dang jeans. So I have this mid-wash denim that I'm going to use to make a pair of Megan Nielsen jeans. They will be the wide leg, or the straight leg version. I debated doing a flare, but I don't want to mess it up. And I guess I could always just take in the legs, but I already have the Megan Nielsen straight leg, size 14, like fitted to me, so I think I'm just gonna go with that, and that'll be good, because I do need a pair of jeans. Although now that I'm going for surgery, I'm like, oh well, do I need a pair of jeans? Am I not just gonna want to be in sweatpants all the time? And I also need a pair of sweatpants, and I just did a big fabric haul. Anyway, I don't know. The jeans are like, they are a priority, but at the same time, because of other things going on in my life, they're slowly dropping, just like that happens to them every year. And then every time I go to wear jeans, I don't have any, and it's, you can anticipate how that goes. So that's kind of going to take me through, I'm thinking that will take me through the rest of January and possibly February. If I do feel like sewing. There's a couple other projects I want to get to, but I don't know when they will happen. You'll just have to stay tuned, I guess. And other than that, coming up, I will have a fabric haul. It's actually a pretty large fabric haul. I didn't buy any fabric in 2022, other than for my brother's wedding. And I'm gonna have an update on 2022 coming up as well. Wrapping up that year and then looking forward to 2023. I feel like it kind of snuck up on me this year, and I haven't been on the ball for videos or even just planning myself. Everything's just kind of been a mess in my house, and like the desk and the office and that kind of stuff has just been a mess, and haven't been able to just like gain that traction to get here and show up for you guys. So it's a bizarre feeling, but I'm optimistic. I do have plans to get those videos out for you, both the fabric haul, which I will wait till it all comes in, as well as the 2022 recap. How did I do at not buying fabric? How did I do at not buying patterns? As well as 2023 look ahead, year at a glance kind of thing, what I have planned. The fabric haul will be one video, and then that recap / planning will be a separate video. So that's kind of probably the next 2 videos coming out. I also have a kids sewing video coming out, like sewing for my kids. I'm planning to work on that as well in January. So my kids also need some things. So I guess that would be in my January plans. Probably with this fabric here, you guys would have seen in the Minerva haul, and then a few other things. I have to get through their drawers. I'm going to take you guys through that whole process of like going through their drawers, and as minimalists, how I sew for them. To be honest, I don't get to sew for them very often, and it's kind of disappointing because I enjoy sewing for them, and I do have some cute fun fabrics that they like, and they love picking out the patterns and the fabrics and being a part of that, or even helping sew. But of course they get gifts all the time, and I am the type of person who does not want them to have lots of clothes. I don't want myself to have lots of clothes. We are self-defined minimalists, so it's disappointing that I don't always get to sew for them. But right now they could probably use a couple things. I just need to go through their drawers and decide on what that's going to be going forward for this winter season. But yeah, that's kind of my rambly video here on what I made in December and what's happening going forward. I hope it was a little bit entertaining, and thank you for clicking on it anyway and sticking to this far even if you weren't that entertained. I do appreciate you being here through the ebbs and flows of my life and my sewing life. So yeah, just big thanks. I feel very blessed to have each and every viewer, and I looking forward to 2023 and hoping that I can be more consistent in terms of content, as well as just like sewing in general, because I really do miss it. I just finished up filming a make for Minerva, and yeah, it was like I got to actually sew something fun, and it was kind of a quick and easy project, and it just, yeah, I miss being at my machines. I still have not got my industrial machine going. It's just all these things that, you know, you want to do, and I just need to make them happen and find that time, or make that time for them. So anyway, off on a tangent, as I was saying, thank you. I am very grateful. Once again, thank you. If you would like to stick around, please hit that subscribe button. And I also do appreciate thumbs ups on my videos as well. So if you are willing to do a thumbs up and a subscribe, I am very appreciative. And then I will see you in the next video. Bye.